Welcome to the overview of the EDS Site Builder tool. This is a front-end editor that lets you make changes to your website while you're looking at it, so you're not having to go into a back end and deal with any code whatsoever. You simply log in, make some edits, and save those edits. This overview is going to be a little bit short, and you're going to think it can't be that easy, but I promise you it really is. The first thing you need to do is log in. When you do that, it's going to take you right to your website, whether you have a 3-page site or if you have a 1-page site. You can then navigate to the page that you want to make edits to. So let's say we're going to want to change this area here. I'm going to launch the site builder, which puts us into edit mode. So now we can make changes to the site, move elements around. Simply click here. I can go to the button. Maybe I want to change it to something a little bit different. I can hit save and take a look at it. That's exactly what I want. And I didn't do anything. I mean, it's that simple. I went in, clicked on something, made a change. It's that simple. So you're making changes to your website, again, without knowing anything about web design from a coding viewpoint. All you need to do is have the idea that you want, have the information that you need, and you can edit your site with this tool. On the right, we have a variety of ways to modify, and we have videos explaining all these different things. You can add columns to the site, which rows to the site so you can organize your content. You can jump straight to throwing a basic module in place. I can throw a heading in here. Just takes a couple seconds. I can center it up. And by using an H1 tag, it'll make it nice and big. It's also important from a search engine optimization viewpoint. H1 tags are important, H2s and H3s as well. So use those as opposed to just making it big text. It's best to use those headings if you can. It'll help you in search rankings a little bit better. You can throw photos in, you can throw text in, you can throw a video in. So if you've filmed something, a testimonial, or your guys working, or just even a tour of your business, your office, throw a video on YouTube, and then we can embed it directly in here. And again, we've got videos that show how to do all that stuff. It's about as easy as the stuff you've seen so far. And the advanced modules are simply, by name, things that aren't just text or just a photo. You can have an accordion, which is the expanding boxes, kind of like a frequently asked questions. You can throw buttons in there. Buttons aren't particularly advanced, but calls to action. So something like this that we changed earlier is a call to action. If you hover over things, you can see what they are. Call to action. This is a call out. If I scroll up here, this is a content slider. So it's a slideshow that's using content as well, which is a really nice way to go. It's very dynamic, and again, you didn't need to know anything about how to make any of the stuff work. You simply log into the editor, you click on things, and make changes. The stuff you're going to want to have ahead of time would be like the photos. You know, you're going to need to have your images, pictures you've taken, or pictures that you've purchased. If you have video, you're going to have the video and upload to YouTube, right? You can't obviously do that directly from the website editor, and it's better to do that stuff ahead of time so that it's ready to go when it's time to make edits. Otherwise, you're going to get partway through your updates and feel like there's something missing and you have to wait for it. You can throw a map in to your location. You can throw in the buttons that allow people to like the page, the social buttons. A plain slideshow, this would be like images, unlike the content slider, which is images and text. There's a pricing table, which is just a pre-formatted table. You can throw testimonials in, which will automatically cycle through the testimonials that you put in there. So say you get 2 or 3 from some customers, maybe stuff they've thrown on Facebook, or they sent to you an email. You can throw testimonials in place, and then you can have those dynamically showing right on your website by simply adding them here. You can just keep adding testimonials and then get in and edit the text just like you're editing normal text. And really, that's about it from a how to edit viewpoint. Now let me go over this real quick. This is the done button. This is the power button. All these changes that I've made have not been committed to the live website until I hit publish. If I hit discard, any of the changes that I made will be gone, which is really handy, especially if you're not sure if you've made any changes or if there was interruptions and you just don't know. It's better to discard and then go back and start over, unless you've redone everything, in which case I would say cancel, then go and take another close look over everything and make sure it's all correct, because you don't want to publish changes to your live website that are incorrect, inaccurate, or confusing, especially things like your hours or a special sale price that you're doing or the dates of an event. Those need to be right so that someone sees it and they're showing up saying, hey, you said this was half off, and you're like, no, I was just playing with that. They're not going to really understand. So make sure when you hit done, if you want the changes to be live on the internet immediately, you hit publish changes. If you don't, you just discard them and you can go back and start over or go back to whatever else you might be working on. You can also hit cancel, which will then keep you in edit mode. That's really the big key. Now, if you have a multi-page website and you hit another page on the menu, it's going to bring up the same dialog. Do you want to save those changes or do you want to discard those changes? I'm going to say discard here because I've just been playing around. And then it takes you to the next page in edit mode, ready to go. So these callouts here, just like on the home page with those big photos and the text and the button, this is a callout that uses an icon. So these graphics, these icon graphics, were prepared ahead of time and then just uploaded and used. So those are a couple of things that you can do very quickly. Hit discard, and now it's going to take me out of edit mode and leave me on this page, and I'm done. I've made changes to my website from a web browser on the fly very quickly. Didn't have to call anybody, didn't need to wait around for 2 days for it to happen or have to review somebody else's work. I was able to do it myself, see that I liked it, and away we go. That's really about it from the EDS Site Builder. When you're done, you simply log out or close your web browser. It doesn't really matter. And that just shows you the website as everyone else is going to see it because you're no longer logged into the system. So for an overview, I told you it would be a bit short and that it would seem a bit like it can't possibly be this easy. But it really, really is. The hard part is just having a vision for what you want and executing it. But that's also the beauty of this system. You can play around with some ideas instead of having to picture them in your head or try to draw them on paper. Although, some designers will do that kind of stuff because that's what they do. That's who they are. But for the rest of us, we just want to see what it looks like. So come in, go into edit mode, play around a little bit, see what it looks like. If you like it, publish the changes. If you don't, discard the changes. That's really about it. So thanks for watching this video on this overview of the EDS Site Builder. And if you have any questions, please contact us and check out our other videos on how to do the specific tasks in detail.